Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast. And this is a podcast that nurtures and empowers and equips, inspires, and ignites the journey of quiet achievers. I'm your host, Stephanie Oden, and today we're diving into a topic that touches the core for me and quite possibly for many of you. Signs that people pleasing may be what is blocking you from the success that you're looking for. As a matter of fact, as I am working on expanding my impact and my influence, I gotta admit, a couple of these were like, girl, check yourself. Let's uncover certain behaviors that might be holding you back and explore how we can reclaim the power and the leadership that we may have covered as we went about people pleasing. Shall we? We shall. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Have you ever desired to have a mentor whisper success secrets into your ear? One with firsthand experience as a six-figure corporate leader, expertise in entrepreneurship, and is an introvert? Tune into each episode where we will provide valuable insights into how introverts can effectively navigate life with full-time jobs, pursue career success, and delve into entrepreneurship. We will explore various business and career topics related to self-discovery, achieving success, and finding joy in the journey. My guest and I share real-life experiences, strategies, tools, and resources that will encourage personal and professional growth, self-empowerment, and living an authentic, purposeful life. Let's get into today's episode. We're not shy, timid, or needing to be fixed. We are an introvert, and that is our superpower. Introverted, AFF. Absolutely fabulous and feisty. Welcome to this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast, and make sure you head over to my website, stephanieoden.com, and grab your copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers resource. Now, today I may hit a nerve on this topic, may step on some toes. It's okay. It's okay. I have already stepped on my own toes and gotten on my own nerves with this topic. But I couldn't shy away from it because my goal is to equip you to be a better version of yourself. And sometimes that person in the way is the person in the mirror, and we are blocking our own success. I will be sharing with you 4 signs that you may be people pleasing your way out of success. And then I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can reclaim your power. The first one, insecure in your communication. This is when your words and your tone, they can either project confidence or reveal doubt. And some of the ways this may be showing up is when you try to over explain your pricing. And I've seen this from the standpoint of being a coach, being a consultant, and also being a independent distributor, where wanting to justify the fees or justify the cost, really trying to convince clients of your value. Another one is using different type of language that gives away your authority, like if it's okay with you. There also could be downplaying of your value, like presenting it as if it's negotiable, and that desire to be liked and being nice over providing transformative coaching with your clients. Part of the problem with the whole being nice is when you have a high value client, they smell that out and it's almost repelling to them. And then the last one, when it comes to your communication, is constantly posting about your availability. Frequent postings on your availability make it look like you're desperate rather than in demand. Okay. And the impact of insecure communication is it erodes trust. It makes it difficult for your clients to invest in a coach who doubts their own value. Drop in the comments if you feel like one area of this might have hit home for you on your journey and what you do as a leader, as a business owner, as a coach. The second way that people pleasing may be blocking your way to success is with boundaries. Boundaries. Without clear limits, you train your clients to undervalue your time, your energy, and your expertise. Now, I have to step on my own toes on this one because when I started out, I would avoid setting boundaries. Like, whatever you need, I wouldn't enforce the look, don't, this is no judgment zone, right? 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 So I would not always enforce the session lengths. I wouldn't always enforce the payment terms. Some of that would be out of fear of losing clients, but it does something subconsciously to the person and to you. Agreeing to barter. I used to barter. I early on in my coaching career, and I got burned. I got burned at the point that I felt like I was giving more than I was getting, and especially it was in a point where I'm growing my business. It's important to my accountant that she sees some revenue coming in, and when I no longer agreed to barter, first of all, I had lower prices. I was a hot mess back then. I had lower pricing and I agreed to barter. So now I'm feeling some kind of way because money is money. And I was feeling some kind of way, which was impacting the services that I was giving. Let's just say I don't barter anymore. And I encourage you to not use that as a tool. Extend sessions without charging, letting sessions run over due to that fear of setting limits, or over accommodating when you do scheduling, rearranging your life at the client convenience at your own expense. Where this one really impacted me most was when I had a brick and mortar wellness business, and one of the services that I offered had a high product use on the clients. And I would mix it up ahead of time and it would be ready, like it was custom made for them in their session. When they didn't show up, it cost me. It cost me. Not only that, the fact that I'd rearranged my schedule because at that time I was still working a full time job. I had two children, I had a mister at home. I rearranged our whole life to accommodate this client, and then they would call and say, I'm not able to come, or oh, can I reschedule? I'm already committed. And no, I don't do that anymore. Now, adding on unrequested services and extras in hopes that clients will be overly satisfied. That's when it comes to that area of having weak boundaries. And another one, I didn't think about it initially when I was doing it, but being afraid to raise your prices is also, it's linked to that fear of rejection. And despite your expertise, like every time you do something to invest in yourself, you make yourself more valuable to those that you serve. Now, it may not be that you raise your prices every time you go out and take a class, but trust me, you are pouring into them from an overflow because you have so much more in you. And Being afraid to raise your prices may be due to a fear of rejection. It's something you want to take a look at. The impact is that high value clients respect boundaries, and lacking them undermines professionalism and trust. And I had to check myself because I noticed I relaxed a little bit in terms of maybe extending sessions. And that was one that I had to come back, reestablish the boundary. And you know what? I confessed it to my client. We've been over. We need to get back in alignment so that I can stay true to what I committed to. So I can be in integrity with myself. And the thing is, when you have the right client, when you have that high value client, it's not an issue. They understand, they get you, they know that you're bringing high value to them. Let me know in the comments if this one resonated with you. Number three, a third way that people pleasing may be in the way of you achieving the success that you want is avoiding difficult conversations. Doing this actually sacrifices your credibility and your authority. How does it show up? It may show up that you're avoiding hard truth, like you're sugarcoating feedback because you want to avoid discomfort when it comes to facilitating a client transformation. When you establish a safe place, I say you, let me talk about me. When I establish a safe place with my clients, I hold what it is they say they want. I hold what it is I see in them that I don't always say because it's not for me to say, it's for them to be self aware. And when I sugarcoat it for them, like, no, and don't let them know that they're not being honest with themselves, it stifles their ability to grow, to develop, to evolve. And then it lessens their experience. And what do I want for them? I want them to have transformational experiences that change their lives so they can be more, do more, and have more. And another area that this one would show up would be offering discounts without being asked. For example, lowering your rates. Now, lowering them to appease clients. And what that does is it sets a precedence for negotiations. Lowering rates does not work in terms of helping the client to stay plugged in, to stay connected, to stay in a partnership with you. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now, allowing clients to walk away, letting them walk away, every time I've let them walk away, it's not about me anyway. They've come back when they were ready to sit in the place. I don't want to coach someone who is constantly waiting for me to lower my rates, stay, lower my rates and stay, lower my rates and stay. I don't want that. That's not the kind of coaching that I provide. And when you avoid conflict with your clients, it starts to degrade the respect that they have in you. Subconscious. So we're talking chink chinks, chink chinks. Number four, when it comes to ways people pleasing may be impacting your success, the need for validation, a need for approval. This is one that's a sneaky little booger. Why do I say sneaky? Because I'm guilty. Over certify instead of actually having a selling conversation. I offer this. I know that it could help you because it's helped others. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? I haven't always been that way. I have so many certifications, and I realized at one point I was working with my coach, and I realized at one point when she said, "Stephanie, how many more certifications do you need on that wall in that box that you've built?" I was like, "Wow." What had to happen? Stop. My coach said, "Stephanie, you are equipped." Now, sometimes, again, it and coaches need coaches. So find a coach that has a coach. My coach was, "Stephanie, you're equipped. Now, let's teach you how to better communicate so that you can confidently express what it is you offer. Let's build your selling expertise." Another way that validation shows up: unsolicited coaching. Absolutely. When I started coaching, I've got my first certification in coaching. I thought, oh my gosh, I can really help them. I can prove to them that I can do it. No, everybody doesn't want to fix their issue. It doesn't matter until you're ready to fix your issue. So it's the same thing with them. And trying to prove value by coaching without permission is a surefire way that your clients would, again, subconsciously pick up on your need to be validated. And then there's oversharing personal struggles. There's a sweet spot between sharing just enough so the client knows that they're not alone, and shut up and let them have their experience. When you seek validation, it weakens your authority and it makes it harder for clients to trust you as their leader. Let me know if three or four, either one of those resonated with you. Now, one of the things that I did when it comes to both three and four was I got some great coaching feedback, and actually letting my coach listen in on one of my conversations for the purpose of helping me be better. And that is one of the things that allowed me to hear. I could hear it, I could see it through his eyes. I could bring a little bit of humor and levity to it and think, okay, yeah, no, we're not going to do that anymore. I'm hoping I can get my coach on here for a future episode, because he has transformed how I have sales conversations. So what is the cost? What is the cost of people pleasing? One, you feel bad about it. Ultimately, you do feel bad about it. And more than that, it trains your clients to see you as over accommodating. I can negotiate with them. They're not quite sure of themselves. They're less authoritative. When you have high level clients, you are connecting with, you're engaging with, they will respect your boundaries. They will value your expertise, and they will be repelled when the people pleasing aspects come up. And the truth is, if you don't value your work, why should your clients? If you don't value what you bring, why should your clients? If you don't value your products, why should your clients? If you don't value your service and constantly saying, well, I can do it for free, why should your clients? What do we do now? I've shared with you four ways that people pleasing may be what's standing in the way between you and your success. What can you do? How do you realign? What are some things that, now that you're more self aware, what are some things that you can do intentionally? What do you turn to? Now you're turning away from that. What do you turn to? Number one, own your value. Stop justifying or explaining. Just show up. Let the results talk. Let the testimonials talk. Number two, set boundaries. Keep the boundaries. And if you mess up, own up. You know what? This time we didn't stick to that schedule that we thought we said we would have. We're going to make sure that we do that. I promise you, clients respect when you set boundaries. Now, if there's a reason why you're not, You can tell them, partially because you want to make sure you stay in integrity and they understand it. Because how you show up and model for them allows them to show up and model for their team, for those they serve, for those they mentor. It sets the standard for them. Number 3, speak with confidence. Practice it. Assert your authority. Now that sounds so good to say. Speak with confidence. Look at your language. The way that you can look at that is listen to your language. Listen to what you're saying on video. Listen to what you're saying when you're at the end of a coaching session, conversation, when you're looking to help the client go to the next level in their partnership or in their level of interaction with you. Challenge your beliefs. Think about, do I have a fear of losing this client? Is that why I'm looking to discount? Is that why I'm looking to make all of these accommodations? That is not the client. That is you. That's scarcity mindset. That's self-doubt. That is not the client. You can't blame that on the client. You can be self-aware and do something different. Turn from here over here. And then embody leadership. Remember, and I mentioned this earlier, you're not just coaching. You're not just mentoring. You're not just their manager. You're modeling behavior, the behavior that they need to succeed. My mom used to say, more is caught than taught. Old school term. And that is how you can show up for your clients. That's how you can show up for the leaders that you lead. That's how you can show up for your future customers. That is how you can show up. Embody the leadership. Be self-aware. Be a work in progress. Sit in the seat in front of coaching so that you can get better and you can improve. Those are the ways that you can stop people pleasing from being the thing that keeps you from the success that you're looking for. That's it. That's it for this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast. If you gain some insights from today's show about how you may be people pleasing on your path to success, drop a comment. Let us know. Remember to head over to our website and get your copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. This will continue to equip you with tools to embrace your Quiet Achiever journey. And if you enjoyed the show, remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know. Thank you for listening and subscribing.